thing called guns and butter, man. Whoever you got one neighbor that has the guns and the other neighbor that has the butter. The neighbor that has the guns is gonna try to kill the neighbor that has the butter. That's how it's gonna be. All right, go ahead, brother.
But she'll destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods.
So a lot of you, that's why a lot of you preppers out there in America, y'all preparing for stuff like this. And Jake gonna be out to y'all, man. All right, go ahead.
Because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
That's what I wanted to get into. Because we opened up this lesson about comforts, man. The thing that's gonna destroy people the most is the fact that they have been living comfortably, man. Then when shit hit the fan, a mass wave of people are gonna die because they don't know how to live uncomfortable, man. The brother just read in the scriptures how it said because of the lack of bread, man. And a lot of you Americans don't know how to live under a lack of something. You don't know how to live when there's only a small amount of something. You don't know how to distribute a small amount of something, man. So a lot of you, it's gonna be a mass wave of people that's gonna drop dead, man. All right.
Yeah, that's right. Americans' mentality, they sure don't know about portions. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
It's just like they overeat. It's like a Thanksgiving feast every day for an average American. You know.
Come on. I was just the spirit been on me. I have been reading about staple foods, man. And basically, staple food is foods that people they live off of every day. Like if I brought the same thing to work, people will look at me, man. You don't get tired of eating that? It's people in other countries. It's not an option. They get these drains and they get these legumes. They cook it together and make a bread, and they eat this every day, and that's how they live. Guess what? A lot of you Americans are gonna be forced to eat like that, man. And guess what? A lot of you gonna die because your mind doesn't even connect to that. Your mind doesn't look at like, okay, I can't spend $300 a month on groceries anymore, $400 or $500 a month on groceries. Let me find out some basic survival food. Nah, when your money get low, y'all gonna get suicidal, man, and homicidal. You know, except for the lack of bread. Your biggest enemy in America is comfort, man, because you don't know how to live in an uncomfortable situation. That's why you're always on drugs, man, because you can't sit there and be uncomfortable and take it like a man. You gotta find some type of escape. You know? A real man is patient when he's uncomfortable, man. Hey, you had something, brother?
This article came out beforeitsnews.com, and the title says food and medicine will soon be unobtainable. I'm just gonna jump around a little bit. It said if product is not moving, then how will you get your food, medicine, and other essential supplies?
Yeah, because the truck drivers are going to protest because they're not going to be getting paid anything.
Right.
So they're going to boycott, so to speak. They're not going to be delivering trucks. Then it's going to be dangerous as hell, the reality of it, to be a truck driver delivering food in a famine. Right. People going to toss their truck over, pull the thing down, and they're going to open the doors and they're going to run in the back of the truck. Yeah. So... You had something you want to say?
No, yeah, and to prove what you're saying is when they had their government shutdown, you had all them truck drivers like up north. They was basically like because they wanted. I think they had started telling them they basically don't have to pay for their own gas, and they was basically like they finna shut America down because they were like they were finna stop. They were fucking finna stop running their routes, and they knew. And by them saying that, they exact words, they were finna shut America down, and basically like you saying. Like the grocery stores on the whole, like
3 days.
3 days of food, man. You know, that's why you might go in a grocery store or something, and you might be looking for a certain product, and they'll be out of it. You know what I'm saying? They'll basically tell you
it'll be back Thursday.
Right, the truck will be back this day or that day, or the truck might be coming later on that night. You know, so like the brother was saying, and then you actually have the truck drivers to say they gonna shut America down during that government shutdown by stop running. Like you saying, hey, the truck drivers already know, like you were saying, they gonna basically, when they stop getting paid, they have to pay for their own gas. They gonna try to get home to their family and try to take care of their family, man, what any other man would do, man.
Hey, did they do that? And when Katrina happened, they trying to steal the gas truck, didn't they? I think they took over the gas truck.
Hey, probably so, man. That's New Orleans, man. Them crazy ass Levites, man. How you go ahead, Chicago?
Okay. It says famed economist John Williams from Shadow Stats And Joseph Meyer from Straight Money Analysis will tell you that the Baltic Dry Index, which is acronym for BDI, is the best indicator of the economic health of the economy. It says a BDI is at a record low. Unfortunately, the BDI has just dropped another 3.1% to a new record low of 402. To anyone who knows anything about economics, it is clear that the end of this financial era is quickly coming to an end.
Right, if I can say this, that Baltic Dry Index, that's basically what they use to tell how the economies are doing, the world economies, man.
Yep.
You know, it's basically what they use. And like he's saying, it says at a all-time low.
Right.
Right, so that's what they use to basically measure whether these economies finna collapse or not, man. And Russia basically was bringing it out too about how that Baltic Dry Index, man, was how they measure stuff, and it basically how it was looking at the shit was finna collapse, man. You know.
And that's a good point. Hey, go ahead.
I think Obama said on the state of address.
Yeah, the address.
He said America is the toughest country on the planet. Something like that, or toughest or something.
Hey man, he was just feeding y'all a game.
Yeah.
I know somebody that was in the Marines, and he went to Afghanistan. He said, man, you had 3, 4, 5-year-olds out in the field, man. Picking up, doing agriculture, man. So what's the average 5, 6-year-old doing in America, man? He's coming from preschool. He's playing a little Xbox. America is the weakest country on the planet Earth, man. Because you really equate food to the stuff inside the store. You never, when it said they that live carelessly, that means you take everything for granted, man.
Right.
It means you just get hungry, like, let me go to the grocery store, and you already expect to have frozen meat there. You already expect for the macaroni to be on the shelf. You don't think twice, well, will it be on the shelf when I get there? You don't think like that. You don't think, well, who do I know with a farm? You just automatically think that somebody's going to be at the drive-through window. You automatically know with some money in your savings account. Y'all not tough. America basically sissies, man. The men are like women. So, we coming into a time where the Most High is going to take comfort away from America, man. That's a spirit that's coming into America. He's taking comfort away from America, man. And people about this going to be only the strong survive, man. That's if you're not the elect, because if you're the elect, you're going to live by your faith, man. You could stock up on food, or you could do little certain survival things, and they could benefit you, but you're ultimately going to be saved by your faith. Because you could have some pre-survival mechanism, so to speak, but if you don't have faith, you're still going to bug out when you actually see this shit, man. All right? So, or you might just go to a concentration camp, then you really can't do anything but have faith. So, like I said, America's about to take comfort from, most sides about to take comfort from America. Go ahead, Doc.
He said, why is the record drop in the BDI a problem? In President Obama's last State of the Union address last night, that he failed to mention that he would not be leaving office anytime soon. Sorry, Hillary. The coming catastrophe will soon allow Obama to stay on as president in order to manage the present crisis and to, of course, save the American people.
Yep, and that's their little blueprint. Everything the brothers reading is according to the blueprint. You had this guy, this Albert Pike.
Yeah.
He had the blueprint into the New World Order, man. And all this stuff you see over there with the Arabs, that's a part of the blueprint of the New World Order, man. They keeping the president during the time of an executive order. That's part of the blueprint.
Okay.
A flag terrorist attack, they're probably gonna associate us with ISIS, man. They associate certain individuals with ISIS. They're gonna cause flag terrorist attack to scare everybody. So when they actually associate brothers with these different organizations, people are actually gonna believe it and be fearful. Like during 9/11, those Ishmaelites were getting their stores shot up because they looked just like the people that they were associating with the terrorist attacks. They're gonna do the same thing with us. Why do you think it said we're gonna be hated of all men for Yahweh Shai's sake, man? Because when the shit hit the fan, then they're gonna show the mass media, you white women gonna get raped, America gonna be destroyed, fuck the white man, you white bitches gonna get ravaged. And they gonna show those videos when all hell is breaking loose. They gonna show those videos when everybody is scared as fuck from the flag terrorist attack.
Which links up to Isaiah 47, which you read earlier about the beard of the Chaldeans. That media is known through, that's that witchcraft right there.
Yeah.
You know?
And that media is powerful.
Yeah.
The average American is programmed by way of the media, man.
And you can tell they setting it up for what the brother was saying, like the deem, like the men of the Lord terrorists, cause with the Jake in Philadelphia who shot the police, he's a black man. He had his beard and everything.
Mm-hmm.
He's like 30 years old, and they was like, the reason why he shot the police, cause he was a ISIS sympathizer.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like a regular Jake. He got his beard and everything, and he like at the age around 30 years old, man. So, like the brother was saying, they starting to set it up.
Yeah.
They setting it up, man. Basically, you know, to demon brothers, man, is terrible, man.
So like I said, man, the brother said this a couple weeks ago, man. The Most High is giving us mad grace to get ourselves together, man. So this is the time where we fast and pray, and honestly pray to Yahweh Shai Shai that He strengthens us in that time, and He has mercy on us in that time, because He cultivated our spirit to where we can endure that stuff, man. Because we talking about it in abstractions right now. We speaking basically in theory right now. But it's a different ball game. We actually got to deal with that stuff on a day-to-day basis, you know. And that's why you ultimately gonna live by your faith, man. All right, go ahead, bro.
Right.
And the Most High gonna guide us, man. He gonna guide us, man. You might be walking down the street, and you might see a sign that say "Go here," and you just go in a direction. You might be catching hell. You might pass a truck that's driving, and the truck say God is with you or something, you know. Or a car might jump in front of you and it got 144 on the license plate, you know.
Like a bird out of nowhere might just come drop you some food.
Yeah, a bird out of nowhere might come drop you some food, man.
Or some miraculous times, man.
Hey, man, because it's a perfect balance. The more hell that's going to come to America, the more the Most High going to show His power to the elect. Because how many of you brothers actually had to miss meals, man? How many of you brothers had to go a couple of days without eating, man? So no matter how long you've been in the truth, how many of you brothers got shot while y'all was teaching? You know? So no matter what happened, man, we still here. So the Heavenly Father protects us, man. But he also molds you. So you catching hell. It's not that He neglected you. He's basically making your spirit rugged, man. Giving that rugged spirit. All right, go ahead.
It says, this perfect storm could cause you to starve to death. This Sunday night on the Common Sense Show, I'm interviewing prominent farmers who are going to reveal something that the federal government and mainstream media would not tell you. Namely, 15% of all American farmers will not be producing food for sale during 2016 because of the federal restrictions placed upon our food producers. In short, they are quitting the business. To those that are still producing food, they are going to have trouble shipping the food. Why? Because the credit that is needed to borrow money for the common purpose of shipping to market is greatly diminishing. As shipping and manufacturing continue to crumble, we are going to see shortages in America that we have never seen.
Which means it goes back to the what? Famines.
Right, and it's this saying, it was one of the Rothschilds, man. I think he was like, control the food and you control the people. You know? It was something that saying, control the food, you control the people. I think that was the saying, man. But that's like you were saying, basically, that's what the elite's been doing over the years. Like going back to where he was like, basically all the restrictions they putting on the farmers. That's part of their whole the blueprint you was talking about. Like they basically like they control the food, they control the people, and that's true. How else you gonna eat? Like it say, which going back to the other scripture, that's basically why everybody in America still going by day to day, man, because they still can eat. You know what I'm saying? They still can fucking eat, man.
Hey, that's a good point. That's living deliciously and carelessly when you only buy food that day. Because anybody that's prudent and any provider, or any real provider, a good provider, they're gonna provide for their family at least a month or a week or 2 weeks ahead of time, so they don't have to worry about it within that time frame. Americans, man, y'all hungry? Shit, let's go out. Oh man, y'all gonna bug out, man.
That's why I say for the lack of bread, no man gonna have pity on his neighbor, man. So, and that's mainly going for our people, man, cause you got these fucking Edomites. They been storing up food. You know, you got these low level Edomites who gonna be out here bad. But as far as but then like the middle class other Edomites, they been storing shit for 15, 20 years, man. They been preparing for the collapse. So that's basically talking about our people when ain't gonna have no pity on their neighbor, man. When for a lack of bread, man. That's basically going right into these so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. You know.
Yeah. And then so a lot of you jakes, then y'all get the EBT card, then y'all buy $400 worth of garbage. It's a little jungle juice, chips, Kool-Aid. Basically, man, if y'all watching this video, man, you gotta start learning how to eat to live, man. Hey, man, cause I've been in a situation with my money low, and I gotta use my head. I gotta think, okay, what's some simple foods can I buy that could basically sustain me, man? So y'all gotta start studying foods that actually sustain your life, man. Avocado, basically whole food. Quit buying that processed junk, man. If it's processed, it ain't got no nutrients in it. Your body needs nutrients. All right. So in that day, a tomato might cost you some silver, man. A banana, some nuts. Nuts gonna be high as hell, man. More than likely, man. So y'all Jason's watching these videos, man. Y'all gotta start learning how to eat to live.
Yeah, that's one thing the average Jake don't know about is a word called budget.
Budget,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because through Esau's witchcraft, his music industry, you got these rappers always pushing out, basically you got a ball and shit like that. So Jake basically feel like they embarrassed if they on a budget, or they tell somebody, well, nah, I ain't got it right now, so I'm gonna chill out. I can't go, I can't go out to eat tonight or something like that, because that word budget, you know what I'm saying, that's something Jake really don't know about.
He don't like to associate himself with the economical living, man.
Exactly.
But really, I'm gonna tell you from like experience, man. That's the best thing that happened to me.
Yeah.
To actually have some type of, because basically it's a form of self-government.
Yeah.
So a man that can manage his money, that's a man that can manage himself, man.
That's discipline.
It's
man.
discipline. It's you get to practice a virtue called discipline, man. So like I said, but in that time you're gonna be forced to budget, man.
Correct.
But through the spirit of how Shimmy House Shop, we gonna eat and we gonna be married, man.
Right.
We gonna be watching this like a football game,
And what the brother just brought out earlier, that was Henry Kissinger. He said if you can control the food supply, you control the people.
And they started doing that before they got to America. They was doing it with the other countries. America's responsible for the famines in the other countries. And the reason why they started the other countries out, is to control them. If you starve the other countries out, then make them dependent on you, then guess what? You control the people in that country. Right. We're going to bring out the last article, the last scriptures, and we're going to go to wrap it up.
All right. It says, when the crisis become acute, only days to months away, currencies across the planet will collapse and no product will move. This is the stuff that starvation, mass food riots, and martial law are made of.
Hey, and they planned this, man. It's a blueprint, cause and effect. Order out of chaos, man. Order out of chaos.
This second Ezra chapter 16, verse 17. Woe is me, who would deliver me in those days?
Ezra saw all this, man. What we're talking about, Ezra saw this in his mind's eye, in the trance, like, oh shit, man. You ever had a dream to shake you out of your sleep, you wake up sweating? All right, go ahead.
The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Right, and they say the power's gonna stand in fear, man. So even though they basically laid out the blueprint for this, it's like going back to the scripture in Isaiah 47, they ain't consider their letter in, man. They ain't consider everything they plotted and evil they done was gonna come back upon them, man. So even though they plotted this whole thing, the power's gonna actually stand in fear, man, because they gonna, when all this started to happen, they gonna basically see it's gonna get out of their control, man. Everything they basically thought they had it under the wraps. This shit gonna get out of their control, man. To where the point that they gonna go hide in their bunkers and shit, man.
Hey,
know?
yeah. They can't control their own Frankenstein that they built.